I'm Michelle, your go-to visibility and marketing coach for female coaches to turn your passion for coaching into a profitable business. Yes, even if you're introverted like me. On this channel, we're going to chat about the nitty-gritties of branding, storytelling, and all things marketing. And together, we're going to work on getting your name out there, drawing more new clients, and turning that coaching passion of yours into something that you can pay the bill. So if you're all set in getting more paying clients to your coaching without losing the unique voice of yours, then go ahead and hit that subscribe and follow button. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss out any of my upcoming new episode. Grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's diving into this exciting journey together. Think of it as a fun and informal guide for you to make your way out there to turn that full-time coaching dream into a reality. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 most frequently asked questions that I get about how to price your coaching service. I cannot tell you how many times I hear this from my community member, also from my coaching clients. And sometimes when they share the package that they wanted to offer, I'm having a little heart attack and thinking, girlfriend, you got to start charging more. And so today we're going to tackle this very sensitive topic. You probably have been wondering in your mind as well, how exactly do I charge and how much do I charge? And the reality is a lot of time you get out to the world, there's not a whole lot of pricing information that's available for you. And not many coaches would display how much they're charging on their website. So when you're first starting out, you might find it very challenging to actually understand how much do I package and do I even put it in a package and how much do the package look like and how do I know that this is not undercharge? Am I overcharging? Can people afford me? I'm sure there's a lot of question marks that's popping into your head. And today we're going to tackle the top 4 questions that I'm getting from my community member. Question number 1 is, how do I determine the value of my coaching service? This is probably something that had crossed your mind in terms of, I know my value and I know my self-value, but exactly how do I translate that into your dollar sign? And so you might find yourself sitting there and wondering if this is enough to charge people $2,000. Is someone going to pay me $118? Exactly how do I and where do I begin? And believe me, I've gone through that journey myself. I know exactly how you feel, not being able to really narrow it down in terms of how many packages should I put in a coaching session and how much do I actually charge. So today we're going to tackle this. So in order to determine the value of your coaching service, number 1 thing is that you wanted to determine what is the change that you're going to offer your potential client. And this is something that we work through, especially in my Attract Client Through Storytelling course. I drill my students to make sure that they have this value proposition dialed in so that they know exactly what is it that they're offering in their service. And when you think about service, I don't want you to go into that mindset of, wait, but I'm a newbie coach. I'm so new to this. When you look at your value proposition, it's based on the experience that you have. And if you're able to articulate, express that value through your messaging and through your sales call confidently. So if you're telling me that, for example, one of my students had 20 and 30 years of experience in the HR world, and she used to be the manager and director for a team that she was leading. And so for her, based on her experience, you wouldn't charge the same amount of someone who is on an entry level, who's just got into the HR world. You would probably guess that her value of what she can offer based on her experience is going to be a little more valuable compared to someone who is at the entry level. When you talk about the value of your coaching service, you want to consider several different factors: your own personal experience, your professional experience, your career experience, And in addition to that, you have probably spent years in studying and working on your coaching certification. So all these experiences that you have carried into your coaching business, they all count. And this is where we do exercise like finding out your value proposition. What is it that you're offering? And what is the experience that you bring into your service that you can package it nicely that would change the life of others? And when you look at the people that you're helping and you're able to deliver that transformation and that change in their life, how much would you charge based on the change that you're going to be delivered? So you have to look at the overall picture of what is it that you're helping that person and what would that person receive and get, and what is that ultimate change that you're able to deliver for that person's life. So if I'm working with someone who I can help that person start a business, and by starting a business, that person would be able to get consistent clients on a monthly basis, then how much value would I add to that? And that's like a complete different value that I can bring into the service that I'm offering. When you ask that question, how do I determine the value of my coaching service? I want you to look at your personal experience. What is it that you're bringing into your coaching session? Years of wisdom, years of experiences, and things that you have done in the past. All these are valuable when you consider pricing your coaching package. The second question I get most often is, how do I offer something that's more affordable coaching and while still making a living? A lot of my clients I serve, they come in a very heart center, very big heart. They're all about service minded ladies. And I admire them for that. But I always have to remind them that you do have a business, and the reason why you have a business is because you need to make a living. And in order to make a living, you do have to charge. So as you're thinking about helping people and making it affordable for everyone, I also want you to think about, what is it that you need in order to sustain this business? So what is that fundamental and what's that basic dollar sign that you're going to need in order for you yourself to be able to sustain that business in an ongoing process? So think about yourself first, and then we can look at, how do I create other resources that make it a little more affordable for someone else? So think about, what is it that you need and how much do you need in order for your business and yourself to sustain and be able to continue this passion. And then you want to look at, are there any resources that I could provide for my community member who may not have the resources of $2,000 or $3,000 to pay you? And what can I create so that either it's a lower cost or something that's a free offer that does not require you to be constantly 24/7 to be there, and it can still sustain itself and you're still putting out information that's valuable. So how can you create a lower offer, not sacrificing your basic need? That's a very tricky, and I know for a lot of, especially my students and my clients, they're coming off from this service-based mindset, and I totally get it. They're very compassionate, very loving, and very caring women. And they believe and truly believe that coaching is going to benefit for a lot of people, and that it should be something that's affordable to everyone, which you can absolutely create something that is affordable to everyone. You can create a free community. You can create workshop that's at a lower cost, and people will come in and they pay you just a little bit, but they get the same amount of dollar and values out of you because you're the one who's delivering all that values. But at the same time, you're also making a living by creating packages or services that would really benefit by working with someone, whether it's a one-on-one coaching, or maybe it's a group coaching, or perhaps it's a course that you walk people through that journey. And so you want to take those into consideration when you're doing the pricing package. The third question I often get is, should I charge by session or should I charge by package? I always encourage my students to charge by package, because you don't want to find yourself in a space where you're constantly thinking about this person is not showing up, or that person is not renewing, or that person is book a call, she's keep moving in, and it just eat up so much of my time. So a number of reasons what you want to consider when you're thinking about per session and per package. So first of all, you want to look at your time. How well controlled do you want your time to be? Do you like set schedule, or do you like the hour by hour schedule? It really depends on your own lifestyle. And if you think about your big picture lifestyle, I'm sure you became a coach not just to work by hours and not getting paid by hours. Otherwise, you get burned out, you get into that worker's mindset, right? You're working by hours. So you want to think about the lifestyle that you want to live. And when it comes to lifestyle, personally, I would like to have full control of my schedule. And so I would encourage you to think about the lifestyle that you want and whether or not you want that control of your schedule so that you can be somewhere else during the day or during the week when you're not seeing client. So that's one of the factors that you want to consider to determine whether you want to charge by session or package. And I encourage every coach to have a package because then you have full control of what that looks like. And you also have a consistent income that's coming through your coaching offer. And so that you don't have to feel like you're chasing people all the time. You don't have to feel like you're chasing after one client at a time. And that is just exhausting, right? You're not a worker bee and you are a business owner for a reason. So don't treat yourself like a worker bee. Now, when do you want to charge by session? Let's say some of my clients, they also do some consulting work. So consulting work, sometimes they don't require you to have a serial or multiple session in order to serve that client. So if it's something that you can serve on the spot for like maybe an hour or two and you can get it done, maybe it's an emergency session and client can book you on a separate outside of package, then in that scenario you might want to consider doing a session charge. And typically this probably apply more so to the consultant aspects of your coaching business. If you're a consultant or you have some type of consulting service, then you can probably charge by session. Otherwise, I encourage everyone, all the coaches, life coach and mindset coach, to consider using the package version. And how many sessions do you need? That would be like a whole nother topic. And I did create a videos for you. So I will link it in the description box down below so that you can go check out in terms of how do I and where do I start and how do I decide what coaching package to offer. So all that information will be linked down below in the description box so you can check it out with that video. Now, the four questions that I get very often is what factors do I need to consider when I setting up my pricing for group coaching or one-on-one coaching? Most of my clients, I encourage them to start with the one-on-one coaching because one of the struggles that I realized was early on, I didn't have a large follower, so I didn't have an audience. And when I want to start a group coaching, that requires me to go out there and gather at least 5 people to come into my group coaching offer. And if I were to just be able to just get 2 people and I have a group coaching offer, that 2 people sitting in that group coaching is just feeling weird. And it's really hard to pull their teeth out of them and get them to start talking. So you want to consider the size of your audience and your network. Do you have that amount of people that you can access and go to that would bring them into a group coaching model? If not, I would encourage you to consider starting your coaching business, doing the one-on-one service, doing the one-on-one offer. Once you have that one-on-one offer and you can dial in to what are you helping your clients with, what are you serving them with, then you can slowly move that model into a group coaching model where there's some topic you keep finding yourself repeating. And that would be a great group coaching model where you have set of a weekly curriculum or agenda that you can put together so that everyone is working on the same topic or same theme for that particular week. And that would be a great transition from a one-on-one coaching to a group coaching model. Now, if you wanted to start group coaching model, you can also start that. And again, you would have to probably double your effort to get out and spread your message so that you can get this group of people gathering together to come into a group session. Now, in terms of charging, you can do both way. I know there's coaches who charge the high-end group coaching, and there's also coaches who charges lower offer on group coaching offer. And this way they can transition them into a one-on-one coaching client or vice versa. So you can transition a one-on-one coaching into a higher end membership or group coaching model. So I've seen both models being used, and it really depends on the season of your coaching business. If you are someone who just starting out new and you don't have a follower, even just getting one person to sign up is challenging for you, I would encourage you to stick with the one-on-one for a while. And once you have at least 5 to 10 clients, then you can consider moving it into a group coaching model. And when you charge, it can be higher group coaching price, or it could be a lower group coaching price, and you walk people to the one-on-one private session. So both works, and I've seen both. So it's really up to you in terms of where you are in your season. To summarize, we answer 4 commonly questions that I get all the time from my community member on how to price your coaching service. The struggle is a lot of coaches out now who just came out, they're finding themselves, not only do they have not dialed into their brand messaging, they don't know how to articulate it. And when it comes to describing the service that they're offering, a lot of them struggle, or they just feeling stuck. I don't know how to tie my offer to what is it that I'm helping them with, and which then they find themselves really hard to be on that sales call to describe what is it that I can do for that person. And so if that sounds like you, I will drop the profitable messaging formula for you down in the description box. You can download it. What that will do for you is it's going to help you to create a brand narrative, a brand story that would help you to describe what is it that you'll do and what kind of impact you're going to help that person with. And by doing so, you're bringing your niche messaging home, so that person who is on the other receiver end, your potential client, can hear about it. They can understand what is the transformation that you're delivering, what is the change that you're offering them, and then you close it up with how much investment that they are going to ask from them. And that is a better way of closing your sales call. I hope this helped. So the 4 questions, let me just recap, are: how do I determine my value in my coaching service? How do I create an affordable coaching offer while still making a living? And the 3rd question was, should I charge by session or package? And the number 4 question was, what factors should I consider when setting up my price for my group coaching and also from individual one-on-one coaching? So I hope this information is helpful. Drop it in the comment down below. Let me know which of these questions have you asked, or perhaps you have other questions that you want to ask, but you just don't know where to look for that information. Drop your question down in the comment below, and I will go back to them and I will answer them for you one by one. Until then, have a great day. Go out and get them.